You might have heard that water is likely to be the root cause of World War III among the major powers of the world. But have you ever wondered that a small stream of water carrying muddy water could be cause a conflict between two nuclear powers? Yes, this is the story of SirCreek. SirCreek is the bone of contention between India and Pakistan. And today I'm going to tell you the detailed history, story, significance, relevance, and everything all about this issue of SirCreek. SirCreek is one of the many creeks located in border areas of India and Pakistan, that is Gujarat and the Sindh area. Here, river Indus is coming and meeting Arabian Sea, so many kind of narrow channels of water or estuaries are getting formed here. This is a delta area, extremely fertile area. During high tide, the water comes from the sea and moves into the land. During low tide, the water is coming from river Indus and that flows in this area. So there are so many small streams. Creek means a narrow, shallow stream of water. And geographically, if you study geography, creek is very much similar to or has similarity with Gulf and Bay. How is creek different from Gulf and Bay? Gulf is a deep, relatively much wider stream of water or the area of water that enters into the land, like Persian Gulf, like Gulf of Mexico. Then you have Bay. Bay has a wider mouth. Look at the Bay of Bengal. Bay has a wider mouth. It's a much more bigger area. It's not shallow. It's much wider, much deeper. So creek is a narrow stream. एक संकरी खाड़ी है, एक संकरी खाड़ी or a narrow stream of water that connects land and the sea. So SirCreek. How did the name SirCreek come up? Sir is not the name of some British officer here, the title of some British officer, as you will read in newspapers and books. That's not the reality. I have gone through the original documents of 1914 and 1925. In that, the word was Sir, S-I-R-R was a translation, and Sir. So in Sindhi language or in local Hindi language, the Sir means the head or the higher portion. So this was not SirCreek, this was SirCreek, like Allahabad has become Allahabad, like Mumbai became Bombay. So many things were changed, so many names were changed by the British as per their comfort, as per their convenience. So this is anglicized term of Sir. So SirCreek was the original term, it became SirCreek. So it's not coming from the name of any British officer. Let's get clear about it. Why is SirCreek dispute coming up again and again? The SirCreek issue was originally between the state of Kutch and the government of Sindh. In 1914, Raja Khangarji III, one of the longest serving monarch in the history of the world, he was from 1875 to 1942 on his throne. Think, he sat on throne in 1875 when he was just 9 years old, and he died at the age of 75 in 1942. So he was one of the longest serving monarchs in the history of the world. This Raja Khangarji III of Kutch signed an agreement with the government of Sindh. Sindh was part of British India. It was in fact that time part of Bombay Presidency. Sindh was not even a separate province. So government of Sindh signed an agreement with Raja Khangarji III of Kutch to determine the boundary between the state of Kutch and Sindh. In 1914 agreement, it was mentioned that the border between Sindh and Kutch is lying on the eastern flank. Look at the line here, the eastern flank. Look at this green line, eastern flank of SirCreek. In 1925, this agreement was revised, and that time it was mentioned that the border lies through the middle of the creek. This middle of the creek principle is also in accordance with the United Nations Conventions on Law on Sea, also known as UN Clause. UN Clause is guided by Thalwik principle. Thalwik is a German term which means valley. Thalwik principle says that if there is a channel of water or river or a stream, something between two countries, and that is navigable, it means it has sufficient amount of water, then the middle point or the deepest area of that channel will form the boundary. Deepest area is generally in the middle. So the middle of that creek, middle of this any river or water channel will be the boundary between two countries. So Thalwik principle is consistent with the regulations of UN clause, United Nations Conventions on Law on Sea. It is also consistent with the 1925 agreement between Sindh and the Kutch that border between Kutch and Sindh would pass through the middle of the creek, so that both entities on these two sides of SirCreek could enjoy equal access to this. And this is not the principle applied to SirCreek only. If you look at the Pangong Tso, many times you might have seen Chinese and Indian boats coming face to face in Pangong Tso, because Indo-China line of control or line of actual control, LOC or LAC, we say that side, LAC, line of actual control, is considered to pass through the middle of Pangong Tso. Pangong Tso means Pangong Lake. That's why Indian and Chinese boats at times come face to face and they at times skirt each other. There are fights on many occasions. Similar is the situation in SirCreek area between India and Pakistan. In 1947, when Pakistan was formed by the conspirators led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, that time this dispute remained unresolved. You know that the boundary lines between India and Pakistan were decided by Sir Cyril Radcliffe. So border between India and Pakistan is known as Radcliffe Line. Radcliffe Line is also the name of border between India and Bangladesh, because Cyril Radcliffe decided or demarcated the boundary of India and Pakistan on both sides. That time there was West Pakistan and East Pakistan. So Radcliffe Line was drawn in a very kind of hasteful manner. That time there was no time to look at the nitty-gritty of minute issues. So SirCreek dispute left unresolved. Kutch merged with Indian Union and the dispute was inherited by Indian Union from the state of Kutch. Now what is the problem here at present? In 1965, Pakistani government led by General Muhammad Ayub Khan tried to test Indian resolve by launching Operation Desert Hawk. Remember the word Desert Hawk. Similar kind of arrangement or similar kind of incidents were witnessed in 1965. Starting in the month of January, Pakistani forces started accumulating on the Pakistan side of this border. Not exactly in the SirCreek, but SirCreek and the nearby area of Rann of Kutch. And then they demanded a huge land of more than 9,000 square kilometers from India. That this is our area. In the month of April, cross-border firings were witnessed between the two countries, and it appeared as if a full-fledged war will break out. General Ayub Khan wanted to test the resolve of Indian leadership and Indian forces. Like that time, Lal Bahadur Shastri was a resolute leader. Now we have a very, very resolute leader in the form of Narendra Modi, and India is not going to shy away from conflict. If there's conflict, let it be. There's a very famous saying, remember it in your life, that you must never fight a war which can be avoided. But you must never avoid a war which has to be fought. If war is imposed on you, अगर किसी ने आपके ऊपर लड़ाई थोप दी है, तो आपको अपना सीना चौड़ा करके उस लड़ाई को लड़ना है और दुश्मन को वाइप आउट करना है. So never fight a war which can be avoided, and never avoid a war which has to be fought. So if Pakistan is building up its forces on the borders in SirCreek area, let us get ready and let us teach them a tough lesson, the way we taught them in Operation Sindoor. एक बार वहाँ पे मारा, एक बार यहाँ पे मार देंगे. उनको मार खाने की आदत है और हमें मार देने की मजबूरी है. If we have to beat them, we will beat them. So SirCreek is a border dispute issue here, because Pakistan says that the border is on the eastern flank or eastern side of SirCreek. Look at the line here. This green line indicates the eastern flank. But India, in accordance with the 1925 agreement, in accordance with the UN Conventions on Law and Sea and Thalwik principle, it stands by the fact that border is between and through the middle of this creek. You know how much is the width of SirCreek? It's around 1.5 to 2 kilometers. And at times it is as narrow as 500 meters. Because this is shallow water. The width varies from place to place. So it's around 1.5 to 2 at the most, and at the minimum around 500 meters. So this 1 kilometer area of SirCreek may not matter much. But this area is of extreme importance. Extreme importance from many, many points. Let me start telling you all these areas of significance one by one. The first thing, if we kind of abandon our claim from the middle of the line, then this line is going to extend into the sea. And then comes exclusive economic zone. The exclusive economic zone of a country extends up to 200 nautical miles or 370 kilometers into the sea. Multiply this width with 370 kilometers of the area on sea. This SirCreek is around 96 kilometers in length. Width varies from place to place. And if we add exclusive economic zone that will extend into the sea, the total disputed area becomes more than 7,000 square kilometers. So it's not for half kilometer or 1 kilometer wide area of SirCreek. This is an area of more than 7,000 square kilometers. And why should we give even 1 inch to the invader? We have already given them Pakistan. Now it's our time to take their land back. And it's not their land, this is our land. We have to get back POK, and we have to get back, in fact, slowly, entire Pakistan. And if we don't start from here, if we start abandoning our claims, then Pakistan will get emboldened, and enemy must never get an opportunity to face confidence. Enemy must never be allowed to get emboldened, because this is like a domino theory. Domino theory was very, very popular during Cold War. That if you allow your enemy to win at one point, then enemy will fight at the second point with much greater confidence, with much greater energy. We have to beat Pakistan. If Pakistan indulges in any adventure in SirCreek area itself, and if they lift their nose anywhere else, we have to cut that nose at every such place. That's the duty of military. That's what we have done. I have served in uniform services for more than a decade, and this is what we used to do. We'll beat them now, and we have beaten them in the past. So let me tell you more details about SirCreek. So first thing is that this is not just half a kilometer or 1 kilometer. This is an area of more than 7,000 square kilometers. So remember the area. Second thing, this area is ecologically very, very important, because many bird species such as pelicans and herons come here from all over the world during the winter season. This is a nesting area of very, very important species of birds like pelican and herons. So they come here. This area is also famous for shrimp cultivation. It's not artificially cultivated, but because this is a very fertile area of a river Indus Delta, so shrimp cultivation takes place. And there's a nala here, there's a stream called Harami Nala. That's actual name, I'm not just abusing anybody. There's a nala called Harami Nala here that is very, very famous for best quality shrimp. And that's why Indians and Pakistani, this is an Indian side, half and half on Pakistani side. So Indian and Pakistani fishermen are always thronging in that nala to catch best quality of shrimp, because that has a big demand in the international market. So you have ecological issues. It's having mangroves. You have economic issues, because you can have shrimp cultivation here. You have the territorial claims of 7,000 kilometers. And the most important point is yet to come. Internal security concerns. This area has been infamous for its smuggling, because these creeks, if you can see here, the maze of creeks here, they are interconnected. And the smugglers, the locals, know them how to use them with the help of small boats. So this area has been very, very porous, because this is a kind of very complex maze of creeks or streams. This is also located in Rann of Kutch, where land is not very suitable for building permanent posts or defense networks. So smugglers have always used this area. I was in Bhuj for some years, and we always used to hear the stories, and we always used to kind of hear from the officers and the soldiers posted in the border area that this is very, very porous and infamous for smuggling. Earlier, gold smuggling used to take place. Do you remember the Mumbai 2008 attack? The Mumbai 2008 attackers came through this area only. Here they captured one fishing boat called Kuber. And that Kuber fishing boat that was captured by the Mumbai attackers, those attackers came in that fishing boat and they reached Mumbai to attack Mumbai in 2008. Nowadays, China is active in this area. China is building a bridge here in SirCreek area to help Pakistan in improving connectivity. So Chinese intervention is threatening the balance between the two countries, or between the security forces of two countries here. And recently, Pakistan has got close to America, and Americans and Pakistanis, they have signed an agreement to explore oil and gas in this area. According to American estimates, this area is likely to have gas and oil worth trillions of dollars. So think, should we abandon our claim, or should we look for more land in this area? So we have to stand firm, we have to protect our boundary, and if possible, let us give a slap to these crooked Pakistanis and get some more kilometers from them. What would they do? They will end up selling to Americans. At least we can defend our territory. So SirCreek is very, very important for oil and gas exploration, because estimations have indicated that oil and gas worth trillions of dollars could be found here. SirCreek area is very close to Karachi port. Look at the distance here. This is just around 165 kilometers. And if we have our presence in SirCreek area, a strong presence in this water channel, then we can tomorrow keep an eye on Karachi. In case of war happens, in case a dispute happens between India and Pakistan, and it's always likely possible, because the best way to avoid war is to be ready for it. If you're not ready for it, will be caught as sleeping ducks. So during war with Pakistan, during any possible conflict with Pakistan, our military presence, our naval presence in this area and in this EEZ, exclusive economic zone, is very important to build pressure on Karachi. Quickly we can reach Karachi within hours. America is joining hands with Pakistan to build another port near Karachi. And that will be again between Karachi and SirCreek area, to again build pressure onto India. So whether it is America or China, or America, China and Pakistan, we are Indians. We have strength enough in our back, in our heart, in our mind, to stand firm and protect our sovereignty. So this SirCreek area has so many complexities. Economic issues, territorial issues, ecological issues, and now international intervention has transformed this small stream into a boiling hot muddy water. Pakistani forces are building up in the last few days. Let's see how things unfold up. Our leadership is ready for this challenge, and if Pakistan is indulged in any kind of adventure, they will be beaten like before. So, dear students, this is very important area for your GS prelims as well as mains, and many questions can be expected. Now, I'll give you some questions here, and if you attempt these questions, if you know the answer to this question on the basis of what I have explained you right now, text your message to this WhatsApp number here, and those who will text us right will conduct a lucky draw, and the lucky winner who is answering these questions right will get a beautiful reward from INSIGHT IAS Academy, beautiful reward from my side. So, all the best for your preparation for civil services. Keep working hard. God bless you. If you like this video, join this channel, press the subscribe button, like, put a thumb up, and share this video with others so that everyone could benefit. God bless you.